Bonjour tout le monde, c'est Loli et on se retrouve sur MAO Live. Aujourd'hui, on est accompagné de Marli. Hi Marli.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm
Good,
good.
and you? Are you ready for your set?
I'm ready. I'm so excited. I've been a very big fan of MAO for a long time, so I've prepped something fun today.
For the one who don't know you, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Marli. I'm a producer DJ from Melbourne, Australia. I now live in Paris full time and have lived here for about a year and a half. The music that I kind of produce and DJ lends itself towards like Detroit, Chicago house music, a little bit of breaks and UKG as well. I kind of jump all over the place. The mix that I prepared today is a little bit higher energy. So I'm really excited to get stuck in. Yeah.
You said that you were born in Australia. What made you come to the city of love?
Yes, I love Paris. I have family in Europe, so I had kind of been visiting Paris growing up, and I think for music, art, culture, it's really kind of in the center of a lot of the art that I have gravitated towards and appreciate. So I've been obsessed with Paris forever, and moving here has lived up to the expectations. So I'm staying.
What's the difference between the Australian and the Parisian scene?
Ooh. To be honest, I think at the moment it's really just the kind of music that's been DJs are playing. I think that in France, the house music scene obviously has such a rich kind of like history and culture. Like artists like Jacques Renaud or Laurent Garnier have been really profound in the scene. I think at the moment the scene in Australia lends itself a lot more to like progressive and techno. But I think culturally, in terms of community, there's a lot of similarities just about being present on the dance floor and finding community through the arts.
You said that your styles range between deep house, breaks, and UK sounds. How will you describe your style?
My production style?
Yes.
Yeah, my production style, to be honest, I feel like it's really quite emotional. Like I have always thought that I create music for a club context that evokes a lot of emotion. So really rich like chords, a lot of synthesizers. And I think with that in mind, it's been fun for me to traverse a lot of different genres like breaks or even ambient or house. But having really kind of beautiful, rich instrumentation has always been the key theme. I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah.
Do you think that your music style evolved since you moved to Paris?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's slowed down a lot. I think that I didn't really touch on this in my answer before about the difference between Australia, but the scene over there at the moment is going through a bit of a turbo period. The music's very, very fast. We're seeing a lot of techno, but speed garage and that kind of thing. I think that moving here and seeing like a lot of artists play extended sets here, 4 or 5 hours, there's a lot more appreciation for the evolution of a set and starting out, even if you have a full club, starting out at like 118 BPM and working your way up. So I think slowing it down in Paris has done a lot for me. Yeah.
Through your career, you had the chance to share the stage with some big-name artists. Do you have a show or memories that mark you in your career?
Yes, oh my God, I've had so many amazing opportunities, but I think that one that stands out is opening for Caribou at the Forum in Australia. It's like one of the biggest live music venues there, and I had been following Caribou for a really long time. In my kind of formative years when learning about music. So I got the chance to open up for them. Caribou also plays under Daphne, the DJ. I met him, he was great. I brought one of his records for him to sign, and he signed it for me kindly and wrote, it was really nice to play together. So that was a very, very special kind of full circle moment for me. Yeah.
Is there a place in Paris that you would love to play one day?
Yes, I think, well, there's a few, but lately, very fortunately for me, I've been kind of ticking them off. So Butterboom was at the top of that list. So I played there last weekend. I'm really excited. I'm playing at Rex in a few weeks, which will be amazing. And then hopefully one day MAO. So we'll see how we go.
We hope so.
Yes.
Is there one track that never leaves your USB?
Yes. Yeah, that's a really good question. I do have one actually. It's by this artist from New York City. His name's Eli Escobar. He produces a lot of kind of like deep house, but it's very kind of influenced by like jazz and always uses like very rich jazz samples. So it's this very punchy, gritty, deep house, but it's got this it's this track called New York So High. It's got this really, really amazing like jazz sample and these kind of like crowd ambient sound in the background that I play it. I always say I'm going to leave it on the shelf for a bit and not play it. And then every like month I pull it back out and I get the best reaction from the crowd every time. So I'll probably keep it forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your latest EP on Skylax Records?
Yes, Skylax. It was Skylax is a label that I have been looking up to for like a really long time. So when I first moved to Paris, I didn't really know anyone here. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a flat, and I was really alone. So I spent those first 4 months just on my own writing music, and I think that it was really special to me to be able to sign that project with a Paris label, because I suppose it was kind of like an ode to my first few months being in Paris on my own, and very kind of in line with the Skylax discography. It's very like classic house, really rich kind of textures, very club ready vibes, but it's not too heavy. So I think I look back at that release and I feel really proud of it, because it's kind of like a snapshot of my first period of being in Paris, and I'm happy it was signed to one of Paris's most iconic labels. So yeah.
Is there other label that would you like to produce music for?
Yes, DKO. I have my sights set on them. I think they already know that. I've worked with the DKO crew before. They've got artists like Mad Ray and Mazig and LB, aka Labatt, like these amazing French producers. So I've been in their DMs for a very long time. I did a release with them over Christmas, but in the next few months we're working on doing an EP, which will be amazing. I think they just consistently put out such amazing music, and it would be really amazing to be aligned with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said that you were alone for a few months. Yeah. What inspires you to produce music during this period?
Yeah. Do you know what? And I think this kind of touches on the question that you asked before about my kind of style of music. It's always very emotional, I think. So that period, when you're on your own for so long and you don't really have people to talk to day in and day out, which was my experience for a few months, it was literally like whatever mood I woke up in that day was like the music I was going to write was that vibe. So I suppose the writing process was cathartic in that sense, in that having the alone time to just kind of sit with your emotions, it is inspiring in a way, because you're like, I don't have anyone to talk to, so I have to put this energy somewhere. So that was a really weird period, being alone for a few months, but I think the music that came out of that was, I look back at it now and I think it's really beautiful, because now I'm not alone in Paris, and I'm like, I look back at that music and I'm like, that's really cute, and was just like an ode to that time. Yeah.
What's one cliche about the Parisian that really stood out to you when you first arrived in Paris?
You're going to get me cancelled by Parisians. Do you know what? I'm going to counter that. I think that there's been a cliche, at least in Australia, that Parisians aren't the friendliest. But I really want to refute that. Like, I feel like my experience in moving here, especially on my own, I think that because it is such an international city, and a lot of people here who live here aren't from Paris, like the French people are kind of accustomed to welcoming foreigners into the city, and like especially if you make an effort to speak French, which I'm slowly doing, not right now, I'm so sorry. I was really, really surprised by how like warm and welcoming everyone was, particularly in the music scene. Like the amount of promoters or crews that I reached out to, or artists that I was like, let's collaborate. I think that it's a city that really champions art, so I've been made to feel very welcome by Parisians. So let's kill that rumor, please.
Yeah, Parisians are not that mean.
Yeah, literally.
And to finish, what advice would you give to a DJ who want to move abroad to follow their music career like you?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Just be prepared that it's going to be kind of traumatizing, but above all, like lean on the people in the community. Like I think that reaching out to more people is better. No one's going to think you're cringe. No one's going to judge you. I think that trying to like insert yourself in a community is going to be the best thing that you can do to kind of learn more about the scene, learn about different artists, promoters, and crews are more likely to give you a chance if you come to the city, you show you're willing to like spend time at their events, support their artists, network in that way. Reach out to the community, speak to absolutely everyone you can. I think it'll do you a lot of good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.